So hello and welcome. बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आप लोगों का. And it's time for 5 at 5. We have Debashish Da with us from Cuttack Ground Zero. We have Shubman Da also joining us from Ground Zero Cuttack, and we have Bharat Ramraj from Bengaluru. We will discuss about the road, as you can totally see in the title, that it's going to be a headache. The playing 11 will be a headache for Team India. That what can be the possible combinations. We'll talk about the bowling combinations, the batting combinations, the playing 11, the wicket keeper role. Again, a lot of discussions about it. Who will get the first node as far as Team India is concerned. We'll also talk about the experiment thing. That will we see the same thing happen, which we often is observed as far as T20 World Cup is concerned, the Asia Cup is concerned, and then the Australia series also. So will it be the last series where we can, start seeing the end of experiments, or this series will also be a part, where we see a lot of experiments? But let's go to Cuttack first, and let's know that what's going on there as far as fans and interactions and the practice, everything. Shubhanda, just want to ask these two things. What is the atmosphere like? I know that you are not happy with the Cuttack facilities. I know that there are multiple tweets by you, and all the other journalists are also saying the similar things about that tweet, that yes, the way Cuttack facilitates thing. But tell me about give me a complete picture of the fans, obviously, and the facility. And apart from that, what do you think? After the practice session from Team India, which was there yesterday, it was a complete full practice session. Apart from Hardik Pandya, who was there yesterday, but what was it like? The practice session, does it give you any kind of hint towards the playing 11, Shubhanda? I think his signal is not appropriate at this point of time. Devashishda, you can take this question. That what's
Yeah,
the fans?
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see from our visuals that we have already sent to Rohit. It's crazy. The, the, the best part of these smaller centers is that they hardly get matches every year. So when they get it, means
Hmm.
the people here means means, uh, eh, when did you arrive? We arrived around 3 p.m. and
Okay.
from 3 p.m. only see the fans, see the amount of people that have started to come in. Though the gates are only going to open from 5 p.m. and it's already been crazy. Means the atmosphere is crazy,
Yeah.
and it is expected. And it is expected because just to have a glimpse of the Hardik Pandyas, the Shubman Gills, and see the amount of people there. Means you can
It's
hardly
crazy. It is crazy.
walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is the first. This is in this series. I think this is the best turnout so far.
Yeah.
This is obviously the capacity here at the Baravati Stadium is 40,000, but I am told that there will be another 3 to 4,000 more because of the
Hmm.
temporary sittings. So there will
Okay.
be at least 43 to 44,000 people inside, and it will be a jam-packed stadium. And the teams are all is just about to enter the stadium, which I will show you. I'm
Sure.
just outside the entry gate, so I will be showing you what obviously crazy atmosphere. Will.
And Debashishda, do you also see any hints for the playing 11 also? What your hunch as far as the playing 11 thing is concerned? Because you were there, you saw that Hardik Pandya practicing all around. I think there was a half an hour batting session, then a 20-25 minutes of bowling session. Then apart from that, there was yesterday a 3 hours complete practice session, a Surya Kumar Yadav press conference also. So what you are getting? What's your hunch as far as playing 11 and team combination is concerned? I can hear the sound of this sirens also. So maybe an idea
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the team is quite near.
The team will be here soon. So Rohit, just an indication what we saw in the practice session yesterday that
Yeah.
only three players are in contention, so as to say, as far as one position is concerned. Obviously, Varun Chakravarti, Kuldeep Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah, and obviously
Ashdeep is
Hardik
there.
Pandya is a certainty when it comes to bowling. But
Hmm.
whether the Indian team management go in with a specialist bowler in the likes of a Arshit Singh or a Harshit Rana,
Yeah.
that is going to be looked at. Or
Hmm.
are they going to play all the four spinners in Washington Sundar, Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarti, and Akshar Patel? Because Akshar Patel and Kuldeep and Varun are certainty. They are going to be in the playing 11. But whether they are
Okay.
going to add Washington Sundar or a Harshit Rana, that will be in discussion about. But as far as the playing 11 is concerned, I think everyone can say, even they
Mm.
don't need to come to Cuttack to stay, tell the playing 11 of the Indian team. Abhishek Sharma, Shubman Gill is going to open, followed by Surya Kumar Yadav. Then you have a Tilak Verma, then Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, and
Yeah.
Jitesh Sharma. So these seven are picks. Then you have the bowlers in the likes of Jasprit Bumrah, Kuldeep Yadav, and Varun Chakrabarti. So only one point of consensus regarding one position, whether it's going to be, are they going to be going in with a specialist swimmer in
Yeah.
Harshit Rana or Arshdeep Singh, or are they going to go in with an extra spinner in Washington Sundar? So that is the bone of contention. But I think the point is that more or less the playing 11 or this team has a settled do. So that's
Okay.
the best part.
Okay. Subhanda, can you hear us, Subhanda?
Yes,
So yeah.
figured out.
Yeah, so the question is quite similar that, obviously Devashida gave us a glimpse about the atmosphere around and what happened in the practice session. I want to know more detail about the press conferences and the practice session. Is there any kind of hint that what this team is going to do as far as, the playing 11 combination or the experimentation? What's your hunch as far as, watching those practice sessions and the press conference, Shubhanda?
See, since the Indian team had just completed the ODI series, all the bowlers had played there. So apart from Bumrah, the
Hmm.
bowlers did not participate a lot, and that left us a lot to be desired. Left us a bit confused as to how what could be the playing combination. But going by what Surya Kumar Yadav said in the press conference, I don't
Hmm.
think you will see a lot of experimentation going forward, especially starting from this series onwards. In Australia, when we were there, we were talking about the same thing. That series was all about experimentation, trying Harshit Rana, trying different combinations. You saw Shivam Dubey at three. You saw many such occasions where you thought, okay, they are trying to experiment and try out a few things. But in this series, from here on, what I feel is going by Surya's word is that they will bank on stability. They will bank on a proper final 11 or final 12. One change here or there is always can always happen depending on the venue they are playing, depending on the opposition they are playing. And again, if you are looking at a five-match series, you don't have too many days of gap. So if you want to rest someone in between, looking at, okay, it's just a bilateral series. For example, if you win three matches on the trot, then or in fourth match you might rest a Jasprit Bumrah or a Hardik Pandya, depending on how the
Sure.
series is going, how South Africa are playing. South Africa, mind you, have not played the best of cricket in terms of T20s. They have only won five, I think, in this entire calendar. So it's not been the best of years for South Africa in T20s. So if India take a lead, if India seal the series in three matches, four matches, then you might see some changes, some experimentation. But I am intrigued to see whether what sort of role they are trying to give a Shivam Dubey or a Washington Sundar or a Harshit Rana, because you already have your top seven almost settled. If you look at Abhishek Sharma, Shubman Gill at 3 and 4, Surya and Tilak, 5 and 6 will be Akshar and Hardik, more or so. 7, if they are not playing Sanju Samson, it's the scenario I'm giving. If not Sanju not in the playing 11, then you have a Jitesh Sharma also playing somewhere at number 7 or number 8. So whether you want to bring in a Shivam Dubey, whether you want to bring in a Washington Sundar, that will depend on the kind of pitch you are playing, kind of opposition you are playing, and the kind of role you are trying to see from those two particular players. And whether you want to try Harshit Rana as a pinch hitter at number 8 is that will add you a proper specialist bowler in that role. So that will it will depend on what this team, how this series goes in the next 2 3 matches. If they take a 2-0 lead, 3-0 lead, then I won't be surprised if there are experimentations done. But I don't think there will be too many changes, too many chopping and changes. Flexibility is a different thing, but I don't see too many chopping and changing in the playing 11 at this point.
Bharat, what's your point as far as this team is concerned? Specifically the T20 team. There are a lot of experimentations we talked about in the Australia series, and they are trying a few things. They want someone as a backup. What I'm getting for Arshdeep, especially for Arshdeep. Yes, Bumrah is there, Arshdeep is there. They have Hardik Pandya, but suddenly they are giving more chances to Harshit Rana. whether they want him to be a backup option or whether they want him to be the first option as far as his batting is concerned. We saw that he played a couple of handy innings. In Melbourne, obviously India lost the game, but he was there for a good amount of time. And in Adelaide, he played a handy role with Arshdeep Singh also. Apart from that, I also want you to tell about that. What's your pickings as far as Jitesh Sharma or Sanju Samson is concerned? And is the middle order, the proper 4-5-3-4-5 position, is something where you need this team to be get more strength, because lower order is doing their bit, the top order is also in mostly Abhishek Sharma doing his bit, but the middle order is a little vulnerable. What your point as far as these three things are concerned, Bharat?
See, logically, there is no real backup for Arshdeep Singh in the sense that he's a left armer. I'm just looking at it from a logical point of view, because in T20 cricket, a left arm bowler with a tangle is gold dust. Because what happens is, it's not so easy for a right hand batter to line up a left arm angle and hit across the line. You see a lot of batters getting out that angle itself. So Arshdeep Singh, logically, there's no real backup for him. But having said that, Harshit Rana has some good skills. Isaban, I think he hits the deck hard. But one thing he has over someone like Prasidh Krishna, what I have seen is he has that into the pitch slower ones. So what happens with that into the pitch slower ones is he can also go very defensive. We saw that in that final ODI against when he was second ODI when he was bowling to Aiden Markram. He bowled those into the pitch slower ones and got him out by bowling one that was on a wider line. He tried to pull it and got caught out. So I think he has some good skills actually for T20 cricket just as a bowler. We leave the fact that he's also a useful batsman down the order. And another point I noted about Harshit in Australia was when they sent him up the order, promoted up the order. As you talked about experimentation, he was getting into line. This is very much a different Harshit Rana to the Harshit Rana that I saw in 2023, 22 or 24, because he was definitely not getting into line, and a lot of hit the deck pace bowlers were really troubling him during that time. But in Australia, when I saw him, he was definitely getting into line and trying to show his defense as well. That tells you Harshit Rana has definitely improved his batting. So some credit has to go to the coaching staff, not just Gambhir there. So yeah, Harshit Rana, they can use him here in this match because, as you noted, they're looking at a lot of experimentation at number 8. Because I think he can be useful prospect despite all the criticism that he has come under in the last 1 year. The other one you asked about middle order. Yes, I think the one point I would tell about India's middle order is at times they struggle a little bit against spin. They tend to struggle a little bit against wrist spin. That includes Asia Cup hero Tilak Verma, and on occasions he struggled a little bit. Surya Kumar Yadav, when the pitch is slow, he struggles a little bit to hit through the line against spinners. Sometimes maybe he tries to play too much through the onside. I think there's one problem India's middle order have. So they have to do something about it, because in T20 World Cup, maybe occasionally we'll get slower pitches. And if the Indian batters struggle, then they might lose out on a game or two. And Jitesh Sharma or Samson, I think I'll go back to the old point. See, Sanju Samson is at his best batting somewhere at the top of the order. I don't think he's tailor-made. With greatest respect to Sanju Samson, I don't think he's tailor-made to bat somewhere at 5, 6 or 7 or whatever it is. So considering that, if at that slot at 5, 6 or whatever it is, I would have to back Jitesh Sharma, though recently it's not been in the best of form.
Okay, Debashish, tell me something about the pitch. There are pictures. Obviously, you sent some pictures. Obviously, they are also saying that it will be a red soil kind of wicket. There are multiple articles I read about that Indian team will now focus on pitches also. What kind of a pitches they want to bat on as far as T20 World Cup is also concerned. And because they are playing it in home condition, they can basically make the pitches like that only, which will be very, very, very close to what we can get in the T20 World Cup also. So was there any kind of chit chat around this? Was that really the focus point of Team India just before the T20 World Cup, that they want to play in these kind of conditions, which will be very similar to what they'll get in the T20 World Cup, Debashish?
Yeah, with Gautam Gambhir, you can always expect that there will be a lot of chatter around wicket. and obviously he is obsessive about the wicket. And we did see yesterday before the start of the practice session, Surya Kumar Yadav, Sitanshu Kotak, and Gautam Gambhir having a word with the groundsman, and there was Ashish Bhomik as well. So yes, and remember that the World Cup will be staged at home, so definitely there will be a lot of discussions going as to what wicket they prefer playing in, and they will be going with their strength. I mean, and that is absolutely fine. Yes, but interesting for me is that one position where there are multiple options. Means whether they are going to play a Washington Sundar, or are they going to go in with a Shubham Dubey. Yesterday we did discuss in detail with me and Shubhan, and whether they're going to do it's going to be that one spot where the team will be tinkering, will be discussing a lot as to who will be that one player, because Jasprit Bumrah, Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarti, Akshar Patel, these four players will definitely be part of the most of the matches. Now the consensus is that whether to go play in an extra fast bowler. Bharat mentioned about Arshdeep Singh being that variety which is left arm quick, or it can be a Harshit Rana. Given that he has improved hits and bounds, which is batting, he can play that long handle towards the end of the innings. He can give you those quick runs, or will it be a Washington Sundar? So that is one area which, according maybe the thing which the team management needs to sort out. But yes, obviously wickets. But what is more even more concerning, Rohit, I would say the due factor. Means in this point of time there will be due. So how they counter the challenge? How they, I mean, provided if they again lose the toss and if South Africa bowl first, then again they have to counter that due. So that will be interesting. But overall, I think with Gautam Gambhir at the helm, there will always be that discussion about the wicket.
Okay. Shubhanda, Debashis just touched upon the due factor, and there is a super chat also. If the back end guys can play it, the question is similar. That I feel India needs to think of ways to cope up with the due, as due will be there during T20 World Cup, so it can't be an excuse, and we won't win the toss every time, Shubhanda. So this is a very fair point, And you also talked about that multiple devices, the sprays. We talk about the timings also. But suppose if nothing is intervened at this point of time and nobody is saying nothing as far as due is concerned, and ultimately if you have to play with the due factor around, which is mostly the case, as of now, where we are standing as of now. So do you think that, yes, this is also, a thing which you have to practice? Ultimately, if it's in a semi-final or a final, if you lose the toss and eventually you have to bowl second, then this can't be the excuse that, oh, it was because of due. What KL Rahul said on that, Raipur game, that because of the due factor, it happened because of the due factor. So I don't think that this could be your this will be your that then excuse. So I think this will also be somewhere playing in their mind that they have to tackle the due factor also.
See, in ODI cricket, the match starts at 1:30. So, in the first innings, first half of the second innings, also, you don't get to see that much of dew. Second part of the second innings, that is where dew starts to come into play and helps the pitch to ease out. And that is why it is a bit of a disadvantage for the team who bat first, who lose the toss. In T20I cricket, yes, the second bat chasing team will always have an advantage, but the playing level is similar for both the teams. That 7:30, 7 o'clock start, you will have a slight dew already creeping in. But as the match progresses, second half of the first innings, after 10 overs, 15 overs, you will see the dew playing a major role. And that, as you said, it can't be an excuse going forward. 10 matches at home, India will get the best chance to prepare for the T20 World Cup. Even in IPL, dew remains a major factor all throughout the tournament. So these players in the shortest format, they know dew is a reality, and you can't escape that. You can't put it as an excuse. So, and that is where I said, the extra pacer element can come in. Jasprit Bumrah and Hardik Pandya are going to be your primary pacer. But since spinners, the effectiveness of spinners reduces a bit under due. That is why I feel, India might just opt for a Shivam Dubey, for someone like a Shivam Dubey or Harshit Rana, who can give you that batting depth also and can bowl you a couple of overs if need be, especially in case of Shivam Dube. If Harshit plays, then he can bowl 4 overs up front. That is not an issue with him at all. But if you are playing Shivam Dube as your third medium pace of all rounder, then he can give you that power hitting in the middle order as well. You can use him as a floater depending on the team whether they are using him using the spinners in the middle. You can send him to bash the spinners as well, and he can give you a variety of a couple of overs, slowish, medium pace, which has been really effective for Shivam Dube in the last couple of tournaments that we saw in Asia Cup also, and in
Hmm.
Australia series also, minus that Hobart match where Tim David took him to cleaners. His bowling graph has improved, so. If I am in that team management, I would, and knowing Gautam Gambhir and his ultra aggressive brand of cricket, Team India is not, not going to budge on the batting depth. They are going to keep it. So that makes the case of Arshdeep Singh very weak. Since Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, they're going to share the new ball. You have spinners, three spinners. See, your 20 overs are already set if you are playing your three spinners in Kuldeep, Varun, and Akshar Patel, 12 overs here, and Hardik Pandya's score and Jasprit Bumrah's score. Your 20 overs are set. Now it all depends on whether your batters can give you a couple of overs if someone has an off day, or you want to try surprise your
Like
opponent.
Abhishek and
Abhishek
Tilak.
Sharma, Abhishek Tilak, exactly. Abhishek left arm off spin, Tilak right arm off spin, Shivam Dube those dibbly dobbly middle slower medium pace. India has great depth here,
Yes,
but
he has
I feel
he has opened the bowling
yes,
for India in the Asia Cup final
yes,
against
yes, yes,
Pakistan,
yes, yes.
and he
Absolutely,
was
and
doing
he
really
has
well.
done really well. He has done really well. Asia Cup, I think he was one of India's pick of the bowlers. I think he bowled better than Jasprit Bumrah in that Asia Cup, given the kind of returns he gave. Jasprit Bumrah in that Asia Cup was missing his Yorkers. He was not looking at his lethal best, and that's we are judging Jasprit Bumrah in that tournament
With
by
his
the
own
standards he has
standards.
set. By his own standards. So, going by his standards, Jasprit Bumrah was not at his 100% best in Asia Cup. But that can
And
happen to any player. That does not bring down the quality of Jasprit Bumrah. But I feel going by Team India's ultra aggressive brand of cricket, Shivam Dube might just get that extra edge over a Washington Sundar or a Harshit Rana or even an Arshdeep Singh in this team.
that's where the Pakistani the management and everyone from them made a documentary on Saib Zada Farhan also. I don't know that how many of you know that there is a documentary made after that Asia Cup final with Saib Zada Farhan in it, who was scoring runs with a 120 strike rate, and Pakistan won't be able to win a single game there. But Shubhanda, just before I move to Bharat, I just want to ask this one more question from you. I'm reading your preview at this point of time, and you written there the biggest chair in the Indian camp will greet two familiar faces walking out for the injury room. Give us a glimpse of what happened. What exactly was Shubman Gill doing yesterday? Because Hardik, you did a video on Shubman also, but I really want to know that what was him being there like. How he started. What was it like? You written in your tweet. I think I read yesterday also that he was playing brilliantly. He was playing like he went nowhere, and he was playing Bumrah brilliantly. But is there anything which you can say precaution wise he was doing, or it was looking like that no, he's completely in now, Shubman Gill?
No, I think he had that extensive rehabilitation at the Center of Excellence. Also, they had a match
Hmm.
simulation also there. So he has been in touch. It's not like he stopped batting completely. He batted at the Center of Excellence, and that's what we saw yesterday as well when the team arrived for the practice session. Extensive warm up drills.
Hmm.
I think 5 to 10 minutes more than what other players were doing. Shubman had an
Okay.
extensive warm up drill, and after that, the usual Adrian Leroux drills that you and I have seen
Yeah.
plenty of times. Firstly, the running drills, then the catching sessions, fun catching sessions. Everyone was having fun like they usually do during those fielding drills. And after that, he padded up and was the first one to enter the nets, took on the pacers first, Jasprit Bumrah. With the new ball, the view here is not that great, so I could not decipher whether Bumrah was moving the ball or not. But
Yeah.
what I could see is the first 3 4 balls, Shubman took time to adjust to Bumrah's pace, because that's the quality you don't get anywhere in the world. Center of excellence, be it anywhere in any practice game. Jasprit Bumrah, he was testing him, troubling him for the initial 4 5 deliveries, but as soon as he got an eye on the ball, he started to play his shots. He was not ultra aggressive from the word go. He settled down a bit. Even Shivam Dube was bowling to him at that point. Batted against Bumrah, 20-25 minutes Bumrah bowled. He was there. Batted against him, Shivam Dube also and other net bowlers also. After that, he moved to the spin pitch where Abhishek Sharma and Akshar Patel were bowling along with a couple of net bowlers, and even Varun Chakravarti was bowling. He
Hmm.
bowled there, he batted there for another 40, 45, 50 minutes, 1 hour. He went there. Then he went to the center wicket where there were throwdown specialists. That was a range hitting nets. He batted there for another 20, 30, 40 minutes. Did some range hitting, asked T. Dilip to give him some throwdowns, some full tosses above around his chest height. Was pulling all those deliveries there.
Hmm.
After that, after he did that for around 15, 20 minutes. After that, he asked T. Dilip he came back, changed his pads, removed his pads, asked T. Dilip to give him catches, which he did for another 20, 30 minutes. So overall, 2.5 hours of session, Shubman Gill was not vacant for even 1 minute. He was indulged there, he was involved there, and that is where people may call us PR and anything. I don't care, but his work ethic is something which they will also realize if they start to see Shubman Gill day in and day out. If they come to practice sessions, if you see him go about his business, not on match day, before the match days, then you will see how that's I said the same thing in Australia as well. If not in the level of Virat Kohli, he was a freak of a nature. But Shubman
Yes.
Gill's work ethic is right up there. If not in
Hmm.
Virat Kohli's level, but at least one or two notch level, you can easily put him there, given purely by his work ethic.
Sure. Devashis, has the team arrived? Is
Yes,
both the teams?
yeah, the teams have arrived. I couldn't. I'm struggling to send the video. Once the live ends, I will be in a better position to send it. But the teams have
No,
arrived. The
then,
teams have arrived.
no, then no problem. No problem. You can go out from the stream and you can send the videos, Devashis. You can send the videos of
Okay. Or
teams arriving.
then wait for a minute. Then wait for a second. I'm just going out and I'm just
Yeah,
sending you the
sure, sure,
arrival
sure.
time.
Easily take your time. But I was watching the super chat, but I didn't understand because Indian team is not playing 10 matches in only one single venue. If you're talking about that, because it will be a pan India tournament, there will be matches in Chennai, there will be matches in Ahmedabad, there will be matches in Kolkata, there will be matches in Delhi, there will be a single match in Colombo also. So I'm not getting that what you are exactly saying, but Bharat, if he's saying that, exactly what I asked Shubhanda also, that it's not going to be an excuse for you to play in these kind of conditions. If I can, just tweak a bit on that super chat, that he really want to say that, in similar kind of conditions, because pan India there will be two or three venues mainly where you don't get, you know means it will be similar to all way around. You go to Bengaluru, you come to Mumbai, you go to a Hyderabad wicket, you go to Indore, means there will be wickets doesn't change drastically. It won't be like, Chennai and Dharamshala. It won't be like these kind of, distances between the kind of wickets we will get. So do you think that, the conditions India is getting just before the T20 World Cup, it will give them a slight kind of advantage if they prepare wickets, with a similar kind of thought that these kind of wickets we'll get in the ICC tournament also, and let's just start practicing under these kind of wickets, under these kind of conditions, and the dew and the atmosphere, everything. So do you think that, this could be a point going forward from here, that just create pitches like this, surroundings like this, environment, get used to it, and then play the T20 World Cup?
See, when it comes to the dew factor, mostly you see dew from maybe November to February. That is what scientists also tell when you think about the dew factor, especially in northern part of India. So this T20 World Cup somewhere starts in Feb. So by then that could be less dew. Having said that, it will definitely help India to prepare for the T20 World Cup, even in terms of the dew factor. See, when it comes to the dew factor, especially, it is basically about getting it above par score. I don't think you can do much as a bowling unit. It's very, very difficult, especially in modern times. The kind of equipments that batters use, and if there is no real grip for a bowler, then it's very, very difficult for a bowler to stop. I don't really blame any bowler when there is a lot of dew around. Having said that, yes, good batting pitches, you expect good batting pitches. maybe the occasional pitch in India where the
Devashish,
ball.
can you mute yourself? Can you mute yourself? There's a lot of background noise.
Yeah, maybe occasionally you will get a pitch in India where it will stay a little low. India may get to play in such conditions against New Zealand as well, or in one of the games against South Africa. So it will definitely help India when it comes to that preparation. But as far as due factor is concerned, I don't know what can a bowler do, even if you prepare really well. Maybe I remember once Nathan Ellis bowling 24 cross seamers in a game between Rajasthan Royals and Punjab Kings. I think that's the only thing is a seamer can do. Just bowl
Yeah,
crossing 24,
crossing.
24 and 24. I just wanted to add one point on Shivam Dubey. Just this one point is it was me who started this thing by saying that he's snapping his back a little more and hitting the deck a little more. But having said that, in the Asia Cup in Dubai as well as in Australia, barring that game in Hobart is more of a smaller ground. You get much bigger grounds than maybe some of the grounds that you get in India. So that will be interesting to see how he goes about the things because for a bowler who bowls about 125 kilometers per hour, yes, he gets bounced because snapping his back a little more. But on smaller grounds, it won't be easy because even a top edge would likely go for a six. So that is where I think he'll be tested on smaller grounds in India.
Okay, just before we conclude, uh, Shubhanda, what exactly you are looking from this game? What exactly, is there anything you are specifically looking? Are you looking for a Jitesh versus Sanju? Are you looking for, a clarity in the bowling role? Are you looking for, what the top orders role be like? Because in few of the games we saw that both Shubman and Abhishek both coming in the gung ho kind of approach, that both are striking with a good rate. Like we talked about day before yesterday, we talked about that Canberra game also, where it was Shubman also who was doing really well as far as the strike rate thing is concerned, and Abhishek, we all know, we don't have to say that what kind of batting he do as far as the T20 games are concerned. Is there anything you are specifically looking forward to in this game, Shubhanda?
I think three things. Number one is again that battle of Shivam Dubey versus Washington Sundar or Harshit Rana. How this
Okay.
team is looking at that lower middle order spot because you need someone apart from Jitesh Sharma to be your finisher if
Hmm.
you are playing Jitesh in the playing 11. Yes, Sanju versus Jitesh is going to be one of the major talking points, and we'll by the end of this series we'll get a clarity on who your wicket keeper will be in the
Sure.
T20 World Cup. But two players from the top order. One is Shubman Gill, one is Surya Kumar Yadav. After being reinstated into the T20 squad, this is Shubman Gill's first home series, and I am expecting him to do well. Dubai was not the easiest conditions to bat. Yes, Abhishek Sharma scored runs in both Dubai and Australia, and he's something. What he's doing is can't be done by everybody. What he's doing is he's rewriting. Uh, Excellent.
Yeah, no problem. So exactly what Shubhanda is doing at this point of time is, what he was looking at it, the batting, the strike rate of Shubman Gill. After that, it will be about, it's not only about Shubman Gill thing, but it's also about the Jitesh versus Sanju Samson, which is really, coming from Asia Cup also. There also we had our eyes that, will it be Jitesh Sharma or will this be, a Jitesh and Sanju Samson game? And yes, Shubhanda.
So another point I was saying that after being reinstated, Dubai was not the best of conditions to bat. Australia, you had really fresh pitches, something somewhere like a Gold Coast. It was not the easiest pitch to bat on. He did kick
Okay,
on in Gaba and in Canberra, so expecting Shubman Gill to come good in this series, and of course Surya Kumar Yadav, a lot of chatter around his form, his batting
sure.
form. He has not scored big runs at number 3 or 4, so how he goes about his business is something I want to see.
Okay, so that's it from our live coverage as far as 5 at 5 is concerned. We'll give you details from ground zero. Also, both of our correspondents are there. Debashish Da is there and Shubhanda is there, and we'll give you all the pictures. We'll give you all the coverage. Thank you so much for watching. Keep supporting and do like the video and share your comments. Thank you.